Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to our Oxygen Not Included playthrough with me, your host, Luckymarine, and we're up to cycle 120. Where did that come from? Why are we here? Much like last time around, where I did a little bit of... You're getting very low there. Where I did a little bit more work and then brought you back in, I've done pretty much the same here. This contraption took a long time to get sorted out. The smelting for the tungsten metal tiles, the mining out of the diamond. Oh, I've missed a tile there, haven't I? Missed the tile there. I don't think it's going to be too much of an issue, but the weird thing with the tiles in here, I was making it out of diamond, and at some point I ran out of diamond, and it alternated to, I think it was something like granite or I don't know. It was something like granite, and you can't get rid of them. You can't actually click on the tile. Can I? No, polluted oxygen. You can't actually click on the tile to get rid of said tile. So a few of these are made of stone, but the vast majority are made out of well, some of this has started to melt. Made from our diamond mine down here. What am I going to do with this? Well, I don't know. I'll cross that bridge when I come to it. So what's this all about? This is going to be our cooling chamber for liquids that go through it. I'm going to pump down. This is going to be the hot water. It is hot water in here. 55 degrees. It's warm-ish. We'll pump it down initially. It'll go through the loop, and then it'll go to our electrolyzers. Electrolyzers are going to spew forth. Although they do say, are you actually linked up? Yeah, I think you are. Yeah. They do say that it doesn't matter the temperature of the water, provided the electrolyzers. It's the temperature of the electrolyzers themselves that determine how cool the oxygen is that comes out. And both of our electrolyzers, made out of wolframite, I think. Yep, are at a -15, a balmy -15 and a -11 degrees. So that should be some cool oxygen there. Now, first run through, we're just going to run this pump and turn this into a vacuum. I don't want any carbon dioxide in here because I haven't got any filters. I don't think I'm going to need any filters. I do have... Is that really where you connect? Where's automation? You in power? There it is, automation. Oh yeah, it is. How weird. That looks odd. Well, I mean, if it's in there, it's in there. But this automation, this little dial thing here, the atmospheric temperature, atmospheric sensor, it's going to kick in when there's 1,000 grams of pressure here, a little bit further away from the gas pump, just so that it's not affected by fluctuations caused by the pump itself. So when it hits 1,000 here, it's going to turn the pump on. The pump is going to pump the hydrogen. Well, yeah, it's going to be entirely hydrogen up here. If it's not hydrogen, or if it's getting less than hydrogen, how is it going to know? How is it going to know? Because this is just an atmospheric temperature sensor, even if it's oxygen that reaches all the way up here and it's above 1,000 grams per square, it's still going to let it through because there's no balls. Yeah, we're going to have to put a filter in here. We'll put it in there, and we'll divert any oxygen into this pipe and we'll have it away. Anyway, yeah, the hydrogen is going to come through here. Initially, it's going to power the machine, and it's going to fill this chamber full of hydrogen until this is overpressurized. So there's going to be a lot of hydrogen in here. And hydrogen can be cooled down quite a lot. More than what I'm going to do I have to pump the gas that's in here out? I mean, there's not a lot of gas in there, is there? I mean, it's a mixture of chlorine, which again is one of those gases that we could open this door, pump here. No, we couldn't. No. Chlorine is one of those gases that can be cooled down a lot as well. Much cooler than oxygen or that kind of stuff. It'd be alright. By the time we pumped a lot of hydrogen in there, it should be fine. If not, we can always open the door and have a little pumping station and turn it into a vacuum and then, you know, go again. It's experimental phases. So the water's going to come through here through some mad cooling, hopefully. The pipes here are insulated to stop the heat getting out. They then enter the chamber and are made of tungsten with a good thermal conductivity, so hopefully they're going to take on board a decent amount of the cooling. Oh, what if they do too much? We're going to have to keep this running quite a lot. I might have to put I might have brought you back too early. I might have to put a valve somewhere up here, because if this water is sat in this pipe for too long in this hoop, it's going to freeze, I think. Such will be the cooling. But yeah, and then once it gets out of the chamber, it's back into insulated pipe. Yep, granite insulated pipe, just to retain some of that coolness, and then it get used down here. But this is just to test out the system. It doesn't matter what temperature the electrolyzers get in terms of water. This is just to test out if it works. If it does work, then we're going to move our industry down here, and we're going to have metal refiners and all sorts running a loop through, running their coolant loops through this. But yeah, if we have a valve, so that, how much do you use? Contents, none. How much do you, how much does the electrolyzer use? Do you not want to tell me? He does not want to tell me. I doubt, very much doubt, he's going to be able to use the 10 kilograms per second to keep this pipe running, to keep the fluid in this pipe moving along the way. So I'm gonna, let's break the system up here somewhere. Let's put a valve in. Do I have the micro valves? We do, but we don't have plastics. No, refined metals. Liquid shut-off. No, it's a liquid shut-off. Mini liquid pump. No, liquid valve. Do we not have a little liquid valve? Is that an automation or something? No. No. Right. No. Okay, we'll just do normal valve. Controls liquid volume permitted through pipes. Yep. We're going to have to actually break the system here. Insulated liquid pipe, you get deconstructed there, and we'll just put it in there. Is there any reason to not put it there? Not really. But on you go. Where's my people? Oh, they all went to bed. Is there anything else that I need to show you? not really. Finished building this. We also got a bit more of a farm going, so we've got more calories. How are you getting on? You've only got 685 kilos of sandstone left. A lot of dirt here though. So tomorrow we'll build another compactor in there. I also want to use my Weezewarts in a more efficient manner. I think I need to contain the atmosphere that they're in and then pump that atmosphere around instead of it just being willy-nilly just around here. Anyway, let's get this mopped up before it all turns into ice. And we'll put a valve just here. Insulate pipe out of granite. Go on. There we go. Why have I made my liquid valve out of morphamite? I don't know, it'll do. It will do. Yeah, this has already turned into ice. Could do with you being turned on right now, actually. Let's get this line done. Let's get it active. It's just turned off of the power transformer, so we'll enable that ability. There we go. So that system is now on. Oh, you're gonna be. That's not good. I need to turn these electrolyzers off. How do I turn the electrolyte? We're gonna have to. Oh. Okay, think about this. We need the electrolyzers off, but the pump on. Deconstruct that wire there. Although, no, actually, no. Cancel that. Because these electrolyzers aren't getting fluid to them. Because of this liquid valve. Oh, we could set this liquid valve at 0. There we go. Yeah, because these electrolyzers won't be getting fluid to them soon. They'll stop working and we'll be pumping out carbon dioxide and the oxygen and the, yeah. We'll get there eventually. Oh, it's going to take a while. It will flood this area with oxygen though, which might be a good thing. Yeah, we'll leave that to run, so that they're not gasping all the time. What else? I opened these two lockers. One of them had a snazzy outfit. I think I might give it to me. And one of them had a cool outfit, so they can operate in hot biomes just that little bit longer. I gave that to Boom, I believe. What? There's a lot of oxygen that gets produced here. I mean, it's going to be effective once I eventually pump it. I don't think I've shown you the gas thing for the oxygen. Yeah, the oxygen gets cooled down and then sent into the base, and we're going to end up with like a. We see where the temperature is. Yeah, we need sort of a curtain of cool air just here to stop the heat ingress. into the base. We might even send a pipe into here just to cool this area down. That sounds like a brilliant idea. Why didn't you do it? I have no idea. No idea. Go with the insulated pipe. Should be basalite really, shouldn't it? What are you? Granite. Why did I build you out of granite and not basalite? There was a reason. Because I'd run out of basalite. Okay. Yeah, granite will be alright. I mean, even if it leaks a little bit of heat, a little bit cooling even if it's going to be in the right place. So granite will do. Let's bring you into here. I think we can get rid of... Can we get beyond you? If we were to build a gas vent... Oh, we don't need to, we can build it there. Fair enough. I will cool this. I think I'm going to end up moving this room in its entirety, just down here, just for the ease of cooling various bits and pieces. Food has decayed. That's because we're producing so much food now that we haven't got room for it in our boxes. None of you are storing ingredients, so this is all middle ice. Yeah. So it's probably about time to grab another dude. So enable that once you're up and running. 600 sandstone left. More decayed food. Where are we going to put the decayed food? For it to produce polluted oxygen. I did have in this this storage compactor, I'd put polluted dirt, and it was like it was a really low tech way of creating like a polluted oxygen pocket down here for the so that the dupes, when they're working in the diamond mine, so that they could just run into this little chamber here and breathe polluted oxygen, and they were fine with that. You know, it meant that they didn't have to run all the way back up here to take a breath. So if you don't really want to be running power or an electrolyzer or an algae deoxidizer halfway across the map, then just a little bit of polluted dirt in a box. That usually does the trick. How are we here? Oh, it's going to take you ages. It is going to take you absolutely ages. We'll just deconstruct the water pipe here. What are you made of? So now, you know, granite, okay. Yeah, let's deconstruct that. So we do have hydrogen at the top there. Right, so you are both going to stop. You are... What have I done? What have I done? No power. Why don't you have power? Because there's nothing in the battery. Why is there nothing in the battery? Oh, it was a temporary measure. Okay. So you should run out a lot quicker than you were going to. I mean, they'll still keep running until they've exhausted this liquid, I think. Or was it just liquid inside them? I think it was just liquid inside them because they weren't attached to anything. I mean, they are attached, but it needs to be a full system. So this end needs to be on a pump, or attached to a pump before it'll push it further and further along. But we'll pump all of that out. I mean, that looks nice. That oxygen looks nice. We'll pump all of this out. We could probably leave the hydrogen in. Is that it? Is that everything? Oxygen, breathable gas, yep. So, what have we got? Oxygen, hydrogen, hydrogen. Hydrogen everywhere. Okay, right, we can turn the system back on again. Liquid pipe. Made of granite, why not? Let's link that back up. Nope, let's not, because it needs to be insulated. Water full. I hope this works. The amount of time I spent on it. But that's a good thing about oxygen not included. I mean, you can plow hours into this, and it can be as complex or as simple as you want it to be. And I think that's brilliant. Let's also let's continue with that for the time being. I will deconstruct you so that you stop pumping. So I want this to be producing oxygen down here, so that when I reconnect this pipe, oh, we're still going to end up with a little bit of hydrogen in the base, but oh well. Yeah, so that we don't end up with a lot of hydrogen in the base straight away. So what are you? Oxygen. So good oxygen. A little bit of hydrogen knocking about as well. And oh, I was meant to build a damn filter, wasn't I? Let's do it now. Gas filter. Let's spin you round using O. And let's have you output, intake, spin it the other way around. I will have it. Now I'll need my dupes to be able to get past it if that's all possible. I think they might be able to. I don't know if they're going to be able to jump up there. If not, I'm sure we can dig around the back. It's just no, that would be better. We'll do it there instead. It'll need power to it. It'll also need gas pipes out of granite. Why not? In, out, shake it all about. A little bit of power. And I want you to filter out oxygen. The only things that are going to be created in this chamber are oodles of oxygen and hydrogen. Hello? Where are you? What are you all doing? Oh, eating stuff in the fat face. Fair enough. And having showers. And then let's break this. Hydrogen out of here, or hydrogen oxygen mix maybe, if it does get mixed up. And then oxygen gets diverted back out and into where you're going to be. Ventilation, just normal pipe. Out of granite, why not? Connect you lot together and let's just deconstruct you. And we also need power there. Make a low-tech way of turning something off. Just get rid of the power to it. You made of a basalite. So why had I made you out of a basalite? And what are you made of? Wolframite. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, it'll be alright. So, this is it in action. Sort of. Kind of. Well, not yet. What temperature are you? Oxygen at minus 11 degrees Celsius. It doesn't really need to be much cooler than minus 11 degrees Celsius, does it? We may have made a terrible mistake. Oh well, it'll be fun. bathed in oxygen, and now it's just going to be hopefully like a cooling curtain of good stuff. No? Food is decayed, okay. So you should be cooling. What is that? -4, -3, -4. You know, it will have some effect, but it might take a while. Are you blocked? Yeah, vent overpressure. Yeah, there's a lot of carbon dioxide in here. No, we'll keep that running. Is this unreachable? It is not. Let's prioritize this because I want to see this work. I want to see this work, and it's annoying me. Come on, where are you? Oh, I made out of wolframite. Oh, what a mong. There we go. So we have the hydrogens into this, but we also have the hydrogens. It should be splitting kind of equally each way. So this will fill up with hydrogen. This is now using hydrogen -14 degrees Celsius. Oh, it's all going to be cold, but are you going up in temperature? Using hydrogen, 10 grams per second. Oh, did I send this back up? I did not. I need this. There we go. Someone have to come and set this manually? Maybe. I mean, that's holding at about 15. Oh, it's starting to drop quite aggressively now. 14. We're at 14.8. How are we getting on here? This is going to overpressurize at some point. And then all the hydrogen is going to end up in the machine, in our infernal contraption. And the oxygen that does come through... Oh, how are you? Must have been a random bit of hydrogen down here. We should really put the pump lower than the electrolyzers. Step the electrolyzers up a little bit, so that when they do produce a random hydrogen bubble, it doesn't get sucked into this pump. Oh well. So you're now full. Means we're going to concentrate on filling this chamber with hydrogen. -13. So yeah, it's working. What's the knock-on effect of that? This is better. It's still oxygen at -4. Which isn't bad. Fluctuates between about -7 and -2. Okay, -3 and -5, something like that. The more hydrogen that we pump into here, into the space itself, the cooler this area is going to be, I believe. Why is there a random bit of oxygen in there? Who has let the random bit of oxygen in? Looks like we're not producing enough hydrogen down here either. Are we... no, not really. Are we producing enough to keep this system going? Because it only uses a very small amount. We just keep topping it up every now and then with little bits and pieces. Minus 16. Minus 15. Ooh. Have I put this in the wrong way around? Output pipe? No. It's in the right way around. So why are you... Right, sweep this. Because it's getting in my way. Flow control. Did I not set that at 5,000? There we go. Just in time. So as you come through here, 31 degrees, it drops a little bit. So you hit the electrolyzers about 28. When you started your journey, you were about 55. How much of that is just going through the cold biome itself though? How much is through them pipes? By the time you hit... No, give me the liquid pipe. You're 46 when you go in, pretty much. And you are 41 when you go out. So you drop about 5 degrees in here. It is continuing to drop in temperature. It might take quite a few cycles for this to become efficient, or efficient in a way that I want it to be. Although if you back up too much, we're going to end up with too much water in this pipe. So let's drop you again. Why can I not? Right, you. Let's do that. In fact, can I now have a look? How much do you use? 200 grams. 200 grams. Yeah, enough food is decayed. Do I have a place for that? We do. All our polluted stuff goes in this little box here, where it's producing oxygen, weirdly enough. Polluted oxygen, but oxygen nonetheless. So there's enough hydrogen here to keep it going. Hydrogen at -6. Once the hydrogen in here becomes, once this vent becomes overpressurized, we can get rid of this bend here from the outside. Fairly certain of that. Just to block off that route. Just so that it all ends up in the infernal contraption. -17. I expected it to go colder than that, or to be cooler than that. I suppose we are pumping 46 degree water in it. Yeah, no, not really. I mean, yes, we are, but it's not exactly getting out of the pipe. We'll see. Might take a while to sort that out. So what is next? I'd like to get down here. I also need it to well, we need to get plastics. We need to get plastics so that we can get biosuits, so we can get into other biomes, especially the Germy ones, get through them, and discover bits of the map that we haven't seen so far. And I would like to find a natural gas geyser, if at all possible. How's our Germinus over here? Might just cut straight through that basslight out to our, yeah, out to our right. I think it's going to be down here. Although we might find an oil well if we continue down here. I mean, if we continue digging out around here, then I mean, there's no gems. Just by nature of it, there's no gems. Any gems over here? Could we dig our way through this just using the basalite as a pathway? Maybe. Let's try that. What do we have lots of? Igneous rock, why not? I choose you. Don't need to. Let's dig you out there. And we might dip below all that green. Depends what happens. It depends what opens up over here. Where else? We can get through here. Oh yeah, and my poopy water tank. Do you remember the algae that I didn't think would be able to take the strain of the poopy water? I was correct. So it's dropped down here, and there's not a lot of germs in our polluted water anymore. It's right above our steam geyser, which I think has probably stopped making any more liquid just because of the amount of volume that's down here. Let's also, I don't know, we're digging through there. We'll go up this way. Up into the basalite. And then dig our way over yonder. Any gems? Nope. Excellent. And then we can mine out all of that iron, I think. All of that iron. We are struggling for metals, so that's nice. What is this? Iron ore, iron ore, iron ore. Excellent. And we'll dig further this way. See what is over there. Natural gas geyser would take us away from having to use coal, which would be brilliant. I also need a chamber. Might as well make it this now, just for temporary storage of rotten mineral ice and polluted dirt and things like that. Where do I put it? Somewhere cold? I mean, it's... Any point of it being down here? With this water down here, because all of this is going to melt into the bottom, we will... There's no way we're getting underneath here, is there? Nope. Although we can dig a shaft further down here. What are you? 260 odd degrees Celsius. We'll just create a steam chamber down here. If we're gonna have the water in this area, we may as well utilize it. So we'll steam it all off, turn it into usable water, send that back to our cooling chamber. Hopefully by then it'll be better. Maybe. How's our oxygen overlay in our base actually? It should be quite good now. Yeah, it's quite good. Absolutely everywhere. It's fine. And we're moving away from algae, which means we can probably turn off, we'll disable the algae deoxidizer. Can always use it in emergencies. But ladies and gentlemen, that will be it for this episode. I've let my entire cup of tea go cold. That is a hanging offence in the UK. I'll leave you with this, and yeah, it's been good. I'm going to bring you back for the very next episode. I'll not do too many bounds ahead now. I just wanted to get this up and running because it took a lot of tinkering with and a lot of fiddling with, and it was going to be, damn it, it was going to be boring work. So the type of stuff that lends itself to streaming, which hopefully I'll be getting amongst later in this month. So until next time, do take care.